This product made me over $50,000 on TikTok Shop in the last 6 months alone. And the reason why I was able to make this much money with just one specific product wasn't because I tested hundreds of products just to find this or because I got insanely lucky. It's because I learned how to do the research to find good products before they get completely saturated. This method works over and over again for myself and the affiliates I work with, like my grandma, who we did a case study with, who achieved over $100,000 in sales on TikTok Shop in about 3 months. So a lot of you might be wondering, what is this mysterious product? And I'm going to tell you exactly what that is in just a second. And more specifically, this is how I became one of the top affiliates for this product and that brand in general, and how I've consistently made thousands per month off of this one product since starting in July. So if you want to find out how you can do the same and you don't need a Subway Surfer at the bottom of the video to pay attention and change your life, keep watching this video. So I'm going to be breaking down how one product made me over $50,000 this year. And so just to show you guys, here is the screenshots of exactly how much that product made me in the past basically 6 months. And if you can't already tell, that product is Moringa powder by Micro Ingredients. So I have all these screenshots here just showing you guys how much I did exactly throughout each of the months. And so this was December, this was October, this was November, this was September and August and July. So as you can see, July and August were the highest months. And in those months specifically, that was the very first month that I started promoting it, as well as when I was getting a mix of the organic content with the paid traffic. So as you can see in the last couple months, it's been going down, but that's strictly paid content. So that's basically free money right to me because none of that is organic. And I haven't made a video on this since I believe around August. So that was a case study. So those are the screenshots of that account with that product specifically. So that was, again, Moringa powder by the brand Micro Ingredient. And so what was my initial knowledge on Moringa powder as a whole? Quite honestly, nothing. I never heard of it before, and I thought it looked like some spinach powder, but Moringa is its own tree. Apparently did not know that at the time. I probably know more about Moringa powder than just about anybody else in the world because the amount of times that I've talked about this product. But again, prior to starting this, I never heard of Moringa powder at all. Didn't even know it existed, quite frankly. So how did I get started with finding this product in the first place? So again, I have some screenshots here from the software Kade. Again, if you're a TikTok Shop affiliate, if you want to get to the higher levels, I would strongly recommend using Kade. It's one of the best product research tools out there. And so I apologize, I went back as far as I possibly could, but on Kade it only goes back to the last 180 days, but it works out so that in this graph you can see just when I started to promote this product, which was the beginning of July. And so why exactly did I pick this product specifically? Well, it started because I saw the original brand Rosabella Moringa. So they went viral first. It's kind of hard to see by this graph right here, but before that, back in April, back in May, they started going viral. They were doing like $50,000 days. They were one of the top products. As you can see in the last couple months here, they had a resurgence. They were the #1 product on TikTok Shop for a long period of time. But prior to this, they were, again, one of the top products on TikTok Shop. So at the time, as you can see right now, they're charging basically $15 for one bottle of Rosabella Moringa. But at the time, they were selling each bottle for, I believe it was around $40 to $50. And they were charging $40 to $50 for a 1 month supply. So I already saw this product going viral. And so at the time, this was just when Micro Ingredients, again, Micro Ingredients, even at the time when I started promoting this product back in June, July, they were one of the top brands. They were consistently one of the top brands on TikTok. They went viral originally for their collagen powder. If you've been on TikTok Shop, you know the collagen peptides. Micro Ingredients was the first brand that really popped off with those collagen peptides. So this was already an established brand. And so I noticed again that this Rosabella Moringa, they were one of the top products on TikTok Shop, but they were ripping people off. They were charging people, $40, $50 for a 1 month supply. They were charging a significant amount at the time. And so part of their strategy was they were giving affiliates 50% commission. So a lot of that was going towards affiliates, but still from the consumer side, they were paying way too much. And I saw Micro Ingredients just recently launched their Moringa powder. So at the time, they weren't doing more than $500 a day. So I was looking at this and I said, okay, from a consumer perspective, there's a lot of people out there who already understand what Moringa powder is, what it does, and who it's made for. So that makes my job very easy as an affiliate. Now I can come in and say, hey, this is basically a better deal. This is a better product. And that's it. That's all I really have to sell them. I don't have to sell them on the idea of Moringa powder itself. Everybody with the Rosabella Moringa videos already did that. So that was my thought process going into this, as well as I noticed each bag. So for this Moringa powder for Micro Ingredients, each bag, I think it was, I believe it's around like 280 servings in each bag. And the whole bag, 280 servings, costed around $25. So you have one brand that's doing $50,000 a day, charging basically $40, $50 for a 30-day supply. And you have another brand, and again, keep in mind at the time, Rosabella, this was their first product. They were a brand new brand. brand. They never had any other products. So they weren't an established brand. They were charging way more than they should have for consumers. And as a result, I'm thinking, okay, why is this moringa powder not going more viral? So to take that a step further, when I was looking at videos for this product, again, I was looking at Kade, I was looking at TikTok. What are the videos out there for this moringa powder? And again, I was looking, all the videos were terrible. Blurry cameras. They weren't even a good TikTok shop video. And they themselves were doing, a couple sales on a couple hundred views. So at that point, to me, it stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, this is the product that I want to start making videos for, because again, there's a huge market. There's a big demand for moringa powder, clearly seeing that from Rosabella Moringa, but there was a better version of it that didn't have any traction at all and barely any affiliate videos. So to me, that just became a no-brainer. And so that's something that I would look out for in the future for, kind of arbitrage, if you will, opportunities like this, where there are products out there that people already know that exist, but there's just either a better version of it or a more sophisticated version of it or something that's just in general a better deal. So the way I got started with this was, again, I first started testing videos for a product. So obviously, even if you have a really good idea, like, hey, this product should go viral. It doesn't mean that's always going to be the case, but I thought I have a really high likelihood of going viral. So the first step that you want to do is, again, start making multiple videos. And at this point, again, the brand, they don't know you and you don't know them, but you're just trying to test and see, hey, am I getting any sort of traffic? So I posted around 3 to 4 videos. Step 2 is you're starting to look at, okay, what kind of traffic am I getting on this video? Am I getting a couple hundred views? Am I getting a couple thousand views? And again, if you guys want to see a video on how I break down exactly what your video views mean, go to my main video, whatever, an hour-long free course on TikTok Shop. I explain all that in depth. But basically, again, the step 2 is trying to figure out, okay, is this video starting to get a good amount of views and are some sales starting to trickle in? So the first thing I noticed is, again, I posted 3 videos and every single one of them got at least 1,000 views. So to me, that means, okay, this has potential. I just need to find the right angle and it's going to go viral and potentially make a lot of money. So the process here is, again, you want to get your first viral video. And so that's what happened. It took me around 5 videos, but I got one video that got me all the way to 50,000 views and I believe around 50 to 60 sales. So I was getting around 1 sale to every 1,000 views, which for TikTok Shop is very good. So what happened was Micro Ingredients reached out to me and they said, hey, can we have your ad codes? We want to start to run ads on your video. But they didn't start right away, because if you didn't know, once you give out your ad codes, once brands start running paid ads to your videos, organically your videos are going to go down. So luckily Micro Ingredients, they knew what they were doing, so they weren't going to start running ads until my video was dying down organically. So again, I had one video that went viral. So now at this point, I'm just remaking basically the same video, trying out different, styles, different hooks, but overall, I'm still posting every single video for moringa powder. If it's working once, it's going to work again. And so what happened was I started getting multiple viral videos, and it got to the point where all the top 5 videos for moringa powder, for Micro Ingredients, were all my videos. Every single one of them, ranked 1 through 5, was my video for moringa powder. And so what happened was Micro Ingredients, they started to see this. They were seeing that all my videos are converting really well for moringa powder. And slowly what started to happen as my organics started to die down, Micro Ingredients reached out and they said, hey, we're going to start running ads on all of your videos. And because again, keep in mind, until this point, all the other videos were still terrible. The only good videos for moringa powder were my own videos, and all of them were basically going viral. So what happened is, again, I started to become the go-to creator for that moringa powder. And if you noticed, if you look at any sort of data on any of these products, just outside moringa powder, if you take a look at Kade data, you'll see this. The top creator does 90% of the revenue, if not more, sometimes 95% of the revenue for a lot of these brands. And so that's what I did specifically for this product. And so again, what started to happen is anytime I made a new moringa video, I just started sending the ad codes right away, because they knew the video was going to be high quality. And because of the audience that I built on my TikTok page, they were just converting on this moringa powder like crazy. They were really willing to actually start running it as ads much sooner. And they were even willing to run ads on videos that haven't taken off organically, because sometimes the TikTok algorithm might just not pick up a video. It might be one of the best videos ever made, but for whatever reason, sometimes videos just don't go viral. So they were even willing to run ads on videos that haven't picked up organically yet. And so the thought process behind this, again, one of the main themes I want to get across here is you want to be an early mover advantage. I saw a big opportunity where it was a popular product, it was proven demand, and yet nobody was making videos on it. So here's a good example of what I would avoid. And again, some people are going to say, oh, I made a lot of money on Goalie. Me personally, I don't want to compete with 1,000 affiliates. So if you look at the screenshot on Kade data, you'll see this number right here. In the last week, at the time of making this video, there have been 1,500 creators that have made videos on this. Not even total videos, different creators making videos. Now, again, if you would see the rest of the screenshot, you would see one person is making like 75, 80% of the money. So at the end of the day, I don't want to waste my time on something that already had the big move, that already has the affiliates making the big amount of commissions. I'm going for 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 months. Quite frankly, it's not my goal to make a couple $100s a month on TikTok Shop. And so whereas if you compare this to something that this would be a real example, again, at the time of filming this looks like a really good opportunity. So this soursop, again, soursop is a product that's been going viral. And in fact, this brand specifically, they're having a different flavor that's going viral. I know they're doing like $50,000 days on another flavor of the same product. So this could be a good example where something like this, where it's pulling in, anywhere around $5,000 of revenue a day with basically nobody promoting it. As you can see right here, in the last 7 days alone, there's only been 20 people making videos. Now ask yourself, would you rather compete with 20 other people, or would you rather compete with 1,500 people? I'd rather not compete with 1,500 people. So I'm going to pick products that have much less competition, but are still doing numbers. And a mistake that I see people make as a side note is they'll be like, oh, this product has nobody making videos on it. Meanwhile, it's only doing $100 in revenue a day. If you ask yourself, 20% of $100, you're making at most $20 a day. Whereas this is consistently doing, around $5,000 a day with almost nobody making videos for it, which means that they need more affiliate videos. So I also wanted to reveal what one of the scripts was for one of my winning videos for Moringa. It's actually super simple, and it's the same, again, content structure that I talked about in my first YouTube video, where I have, again, over an hour-long course. It's the same exact structure that I talked about in there. Basically, every video I do follows the same structure. Again, you want to start with the hook, you want to highlight the problem, dig into the problem, and then you're going to go into, I actually did solve the problem, here's how I did it. You're going to introduce the product and now give a point of urgency. So this script here on the right is the exact script I used for one of my videos that I did for Moringa powder. So again, the first sentence right here, again, your inflammation isn't going to go away on its own. So again, I'm targeting a specific group of people. I'm talking to people who have inflammation. If you're someone who doesn't have inflammation, you're going to scroll away. That's perfectly fine. You weren't going to buy the product anyways. I only care about people who are struggling with inflammation, and I'm calling them out directly. And again, the second clip right here, your high cortisol levels aren't just going to magically go down. You're not going to magically have more energy every single day. Again, I'm calling out a specific group of people because, again, I'm trying to target an audience who has these problems. So that is me highlighting the problem for these people. So again, I talk about how it's actually good, how I solved it. And then from here, I talk about how I actually solved it. As you can see right here, again, I'm not doing a lot of explaining. The reason being is for other products, you might have to do more explaining because it might be a newer product. Where for this, for example, I knew Moringa powder was already viral. I could kind of skip some of these steps and just get right into it because how this product was different versus the other Moringa powder. But again, if it's a newer product, I would recommend fleshing down the details of how it actually solves that. But again, I kind of cut through a bit of the hoops here just because it's already been out for a while. People know what Moringa solves. And then at the end, again, I have my point of urgency where I said, don't get ripped off by any other companies charging significantly more. I linked it down below, but heads up, make sure you get it because I know they sold out previously for a month. So again, that's a point of urgency where I'm telling them, hey, if you don't buy this now, you might not ever get it again. Where if you did your job properly up until that point, they're thinking, I need to buy this right now. And that's your goal, to get them to actually click on the product and go to the product page where they're sold by the number of units sold as well as the reviews, and they continue to check out and you earn your commission. And again, I already talked about most of this right here, but again, the very good sign that I noticed right off the bat was that my first couple of videos got roughly 1,000 something views, which is usually a pretty good sign that you can get a video to go viral if you hit that right angle. So again, July was the very first month that I started promoting this, and I did $30,000 commission, and that was basically all organic because again, Micro Ingredients was letting the videos die down organically before they started to put spend behind the videos. And then from there, August was a mix of organic and paid. I don't know the exact numbers. It's impossible for me to see that, but it was, I would say, if I had to guess, around 50-50 organic and paid ads. And from there, it was basically all paid advertising because they knew that this video was profitable. I gave out all my codes, and at that point, it doesn't do me any good when I already made 50 videos for Moringa. There's no point in me trying to make any more videos. So what's the point of this? What can you get out of this? What can you take this for the future going into TikTok Shop? Well, the first thing is that you want to work with brands and build a relationship. It's extremely important because again, as of now, TikTok just made an update where brands can lower your commission for ads. So the last thing you want is to work for a shady brand and they end up giving you, let's say it's 40% commission on organic content, and then they start to run paid ads and you realize after you already gave out your ad code, and keep in mind, once you give out your ad code, brands can run it as ads for however long you set the specified date as. So for example, if you gave them a 365-day code, they can continue to run ads on your videos for 365 days, even after they set it to 2% commission, and there's nothing you can do about it at that point. You already lost. You already gave them out your Spark code. So whereas I understand that Micro Ingredients, they knew what they were doing. They were willing to work with me. I was willing to work with them. And so it just creates this really good relationship going into the future where they know that I make good videos and I know that they make good products that have a potential of going viral. And most importantly, I understand that they know what they're doing so that when I do make good content, they can make the most out of it. So they make the most amount of money as well as I'm making the most amount of commissions that I possibly can. So if you go to work for a brand, you make good videos and they will run ads for your videos, it makes a great relationship where everybody can start to make a lot of money together. So that's exactly how I made over $50,000 promoting one product on TikTok Shop. And here's the craziest part. There are opportunities like this everywhere on TikTok Shop right now. But the important part is you need to know exactly what to look for, and more importantly, how to actually capitalize on these opportunities when you do find the diamond in the rough. And the reality is most people miss out because they're too busy chasing the products that are overly saturated like Goley, and they're already trending and people already made the substantial amount of commission. So look, if you've been doing TikTok Shop for a couple months now and you're genuinely not at a point of making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, you are missing a very good opportunity. The truth is this opportunity is not going to last forever. It's going to get more saturated, more people are going to be coming on, and it's going to be more difficult to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month consistently. That's the important part. So if you're someone who wants to get to that next level, start making consistent $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and quite frankly, it doesn't take more than 1, maybe 2 hours a day in the beginning. Click the link on the description of this video. I'm working with a select number of people to help them get to that next level. This is not for beginners. This is not free, but if you're someone who has tried TikTok Shop and you feel like you already know how to make a video, but you're just missing that one piece that you're seeing that is going to get you to that next level, click the link on the description of this video. You can apply to work with me. Just fill out a couple questions. But again, this is not for you if you're someone who just wants to post one video a day. This is for someone who wants to genuinely change their life, just like TikTok Shop has done for me. So, and if you want to see literally everything that I would do to get started on TikTok Shop in 2025, watch this free course I made. It's over an hour long, and I genuinely made sure it's the best piece of free content that you can find on TikTok Shop. Make sure you subscribe. I'm making sure I'm putting the best free TikTok Shop content out there. And again, if you want to apply to work with me one-on-one and get to that next level, click the link in the description of this video.